morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody, on this beautiful Sunday. Whatever time of day it is for you, it's going to be a good time for the next little while here. Okay, so that was a song probably a lot of you recognize if you're old enough, like me, called What You Won't Do for Love by Bobby Caldwell. Yeah. Okay, so right now we're going to open up with an opening song, and the name of the song is Opening Song. Are you confused? I am. Which I wrote. Okay, so here we go. We are opening, like a flower opens up into the sky. We are open to the light, we are open to all good as we unleash the power we've had locked inside. We are opening all our doors as we welcome Spirit in. We are one in meditation, we are one in celebration of all life as we now open from within. We are opening all our hearts so that love is free to flow. It might appear as a laugh or in tears of release. There's no limit to the good we can bestow. So we welcome good, we welcome grace, we welcome everyone who joins us in this place. Where two or more are gathered, love is in our midst as we hold a mood of gratitude for all our gifts. Our joy will grow as we dare to live, knowing endless good flows back to us from what we give. We open up our hearts today, and the love that flows will fuel the winds of change. So here we stand as one, ready to believe, open to receive, opening to give, opening to live our lives forever, opening to love.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening, wherever you are watching from. Today we have our Sunday celebration focusing on being open to possibilities. That's for the month of March. And so James Brough and Rich McClusky are our glorious musician. And we have John Heron, who is a practitioner from Princeton, assisting us today. who will be blessing us with a story and with an opening treatment. So we're diving in, right? And so the whole idea is that we must grow, we must evolve, whether we like it or not. And so we deepen the process of life, the process of connecting with our own divinity. And we're exploring the second question of visioning on what must I become. So my name is Frankie Timmers, and I'm the spiritual director here at Center for Spiritual Living Morristown. Check out our website. We are making it more beautiful as we speak, www.cslmorristown.org. And that's a place where you can give if you so wish to support our community. And if you look at the bottom of your screen, there's even an easy way to text to give, which I'm really enjoying. So mention whether you are, let everybody know about the rebroadcast, say hello, use the bubbles, ask us questions, make comments, start a watch party, share this site, and check us out on all the other social media platforms, which I will mention later. So now we have John Heron blessing us with a story as well as an opening treatment.
Good morning. I'm John Heron, and I'm a practitioner with the Center for Spiritual Living in Princeton. And we are here in infinite possibility. That's what we're here for. My real name is Infinite Possibility, and so is yours. And today, we're going to bring that energy together, and Dr. Frankie is going to teach us how to walk forward in infinite possibility. So there's a question. Let's start off with a question. If you thought of yourself as infinite possibility, what would be showing up in your life? So today, I would like to read a little story that Ernest Holmes, who's the founder of our teaching, The Science of Mind, he wrote in this wonderful book called This Thing Called You. Let us think of a tunnel, one end of which is out in the open, where there are valleys and sunshine and lots of vegetation, and there's song and laughter and happiness, peace and joy. Let us call this the Valley of Contentment. Let us also call it the Kingdom of God. And I add, let us also call it infinite possibility. You're at the other end of this tunnel in a deep, dark cavern overlooking a desert through which no refreshing streams flow, really dry. Somehow your attention has been drawn to the open end of this tunnel. With a curiosity that you didn't put in your mind, you wish to investigate where this tunnel leads, what is at the other end of it. You peer into the tunnel. At first, it seems dark, but occasionally, a shaft of light shines through it, and you catch a vision of the other side. Isn't that what our lives are like? I'm assuming that if you're listening to this service today, that you've caught at least a vision of that light at the other end of the tunnel, at least once. Otherwise, why would you be here? What is it that you're looking for by participating in this service? So the story goes on. You have a great longing to walk through this tunnel, to leave behind the dismal scene of discontent and unhappiness, and to enter into the joy that your brief glimpse has promised. For in this glimpse, you have seemed to see yourself standing at the other end of the tunnel. Perhaps in this momentary vision, you seem to have seen your own spirit. It seems as though something says, yes, this is myself. I am infinite possibility. How am I going to unite myself with myself? That self that I see at the other end of the tunnel. And then darkness closes in and your vision vanishes, and it must have been an illusion, right? Isn't that what we do? Why is it that we practice meditation on a regular basis, or whatever spiritual practice that you do? Because we see the light and then life shows up, right? And that light becomes a memory. We need to renew it constantly to step forward into the infinite possibilities. Now, there are two voices that seem to be talking to you. One voice says, you're following a mirage, an illusion. There's nothing real but this end of the tunnel. Accept things as they are, make the best of them, be as happy as you can, but don't hope. That's the voice of despair. The other voice is saying, don't be afraid. Your vision is true. There are infinite possibilities, and you are those infinite possibilities. Enter the tunnel and walk through. There's nothing solid in it. That which obstructs your passage is vapor, the vapor of unbelief. It is dense only with the denseness of doubt. It is filled with the thoughts of the ages. There is a lamp within you already lighted. That's the most important part of this. There is a lamp within you, and it is already lit. It is already there. Those infinite possibilities are what you are. As you walk through the tunnel, the darkness will disappear because of this light. You will find that other half of yourself, and you will discover that this tunnel is your own mind. And this is a picture of yourself, your efforts, your hopes and longings, your inspirations and doubts, your fears and faiths. And we walk forward into the consciousness that we are infinite possibilities. That's our real name. Yeah, I'm John. My real name is Infinite Possibilities. And so, with that in mind, I'll do a spiritual mind treatment. So this word is for this service here at Center for Spiritual Living Morristown, and for each one who's participating in any way. Knowing that there is one infinite power, one infinite truth, infinite possibilities, and there is nothing blocking those infinite possibilities. God, the way is open before us, always. There is one truth. There is nothing to block that truth because there is nothing else. There is only that one truth, those infinite possibilities. And I know that each one is a center of infinite possibilities. And since that's so, I know that each one who is now participating in this service is now aware of themselves as infinite possibilities. And each one is expanding into a greater sense of who they are. This consciousness of infinite possibilities now lives in truth in each one, and each one is seeing the way open up in every area of his or her life. And everyone is now knowing infinite possibilities, leaving behind any thought of any restrictions, of any blockages. There is no blockage in God. There cannot be. And each one is now that truth, knowing that they are that truth, living that truth. Love is all that is present, and the name of love is infinite possibilities. And with great gratitude for this truth and the living of this truth, I release this to the law, and so it is.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to this present moment, here to a new beginning here. And I'm seeing life so clearly now. So get ready, my soul. I'm diving in, oh, get ready, my soul. I'm diving in, yeah, to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. So get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Oh, get ready, my soul.
Get ready. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. What a beautiful song, Daniel Nahmat's song, Get Ready, My Soul, one of my favorites. So the topic today is your becoming, as in the possessive pronoun, your becoming. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I took a walk in the last few days because I love being outside, and I just really noticed the coming of spring. Yesterday I saw skunk cabbage popping up for the first time. I love skunk cabbage, the way the leaves just unfurl and become huge, and they're like the first signs of spring. The crocuses has been out, the trees are starting to get this reddish glow. And I'm thinking about the cycle of nature and how magical mysterious, and yet predictable it is. Just think about the process of a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. It is the same evolution that is taking place within us. We too are experiencing an aspect of caterpillarness, becoming a butterfly-ish. There's no standing still if you think about it. There's always movement. Try not to grow. Try not to evolve. It's painful. And I think that that's the good news. Because, see, we all must evolve. And some of it is not fun. I try to imagine what it's like for the caterpillar when the chrysalis and the pupa and all that, the liquidy mess, that cannot be fun. And I think it's true for us too, that we go through our evolution and there are times where things don't feel good, where they're not fun, where it's painful. And yet we, as individualized expressions of the one with a mind, we get to choose. That's the difference between us and nature, is that we have the gift and the freedom of choice. I loved seeing on Facebook yesterday the saying where if it doesn't evolve me, don't involve me. I think Bob Simon posted it. If it doesn't evolve me, don't involve me. It made me laugh. I like that. And so the good news is that we can truly make choices that are higher level choices, that are more consciously aware choices, that are choices based on love, that are choices that involve that deeper desire of freedom. And that's why we do visioning. Visioning, the beautiful process that was developed by Dr. Michael Beckwith that we started last week. And if you want to hear the talk last week about visioning and the first question, I suggest that you look back on Facebook or go to YouTube, our YouTube channel, and listen to that, because that's where we ask the first question. What is Spirit's vision for me, for my life? What is my higher self, my higher power's vision for me? And then it involved listening, right? And so it asks us to listen more deeply, to be more silent, so we just don't hear the chatter in our own mind and the noise of the world, but we hear a deeper wisdom. Very often, that deeper wisdom is preceded by a lot of silence. And I've noticed that people are not always comfortable with silence. I happen to really love it and enjoy it. The more silence, the better, because the better I can hear the voice of truth within myself. So it requires an opening, a listening, a state of surrender. And so the second question is, what must I become? How must I grow? What has to happen inside of me to live that higher vision? It's not so much a mental question, right? It's not thinking. It's really listening to a deeper truth, a deeper voice within. It's more mystical. It's more metaphysical. It's more soulful. It's about our evolving from that true self rather than what I think it should look like. And so that's worth exploring when we have that resistance around growing and learning and evolving and moving and shifting and trusting the parts of that journey that aren't so comfortable. And so when we ask the question, how must I grow? What must I become? It means that we're willing to know more deeply that we are here to awaken to our spiritual nature and how to live that. And then to live that. That we are called to live a more purposeful deeper, richer, more powerful, more truth-based life from our own essential nature, not from our identity, from infinite possibility instead of our limited experience of life. It means that we have to be more receptive to what we hear, because sometimes what we hear we don't like. Sometimes in the visioning we're asked to make a big change, and our human nature, our ego mind, might be very resistant to that. It's about remembering who and what you really are. Pure spirit, infinite possibility. So it requires a receptivity that is more refined, that's a little bit different. It requires that deeper listening and knowing. It means that we get to become fully human. Being fully human meaning spirit and our human nature are one. There's no place where one begins and the other ends. They're so integrated. Erasmus, who was a 15th century Dutch philosopher, said, "The summit of happiness is reached when we are ready to be what we are." The summit of happiness is reached when we are ready to be what we are. And I would add the word what we really are, which is a soul, a spirit, infinite possibility. So next week, I'll be talking about the third question, which is, what must I release? But I want to say something very briefly about that, because we must release all the distractions that are happening around us, whether they're to someone else or to ourselves. We have to let go of that imprisoned feeling of our limiting self. Because the questioning around visioning is about freedom. It's about what needs to happen inside of me so that I can be completely free to be who the universe made me to be. And so we must grow, whether we like it or not. We must grow. No matter how long you fight it, there comes a moment where we must surrender, where we must grow, evolve, where we must trust, the process of life, which means that not some of the stuff that's happening in our lives, but all of it as a whole. And I know that's not always easy. It's not always easy when we're struggling or suffering or grieving to trust the process. And yet it's in fighting it that we suffer more. It's in trusting it and surrendering that we get to deepen our connection with the divine and live in concert, in harmony, in a more powerful way. It's like what nature does. The skunk cabbage yesterday didn't say, "Oh no, not yet. I'm not ready. My tulips are coming up." I haven't heard them say, "Hey, you, hold off." It's just so beautiful to me to think about nature and to get inspiration from it and to trust more deeply my own evolving nature. And so what we do in the step 2 of the visioning, and we're going to do this in a moment, is we ask our higher nature, the part of us that doesn't change because it's already pure spirit, it's already evolved, the questions. We tune in and we align with the truth of our very nature. We allow the greater vision to be revealed in whatever way it comes. Sometimes nothing comes for a while. And then it might be a word or a thought or an image that may not make any sense. But it's important to stay with it because it will reveal itself in due time when we're willing to listen long enough. And so take a moment now to close your eyes. And then place your hands on your heart. That helps to connect. And take a nice deep breath. And ask, what is wanting to be revealed to me? What do I need to know in the evolutionary process of my being right now? These are all the same questions, just said in a little bit of a different way, so you can all hear it. What wants or needs to be lived now? What wants to happen in my consciousness? And then bring yourself back as you wish, if you wish. And remember that this process of becoming, your true being nature is coming to you, is coming through you, is coming into you. That's life of a soul, the life of a soul. It's whole. So it's holistic, H-W-H-O-L, holistic. It's about the wholeness of your being, whichever wants to be revealed and ever wants to be lived. Remember that you are always in the process of evolving. The more you surrender, the more you flourish. The more we fight it and resist it, the more we struggle. So the invitation is always to choose freedom. So that's it for today, but we have more. That's it for sharing wisdom. Now we're going to have some more music. And I want you to know that there's lots of places where we are giving so that you may be receiving, so that you may be supported, so you may feel supported, whether it's Twitter, Meetup, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, our website. Please seek us out and let us know what you need for inspiration and support. We thank you for being here. We thank you for your generosity. We are so grateful to be of service. And so we invite you to be proud to be part of this community and finding your way to support it. I want to close with a healing treatment, and then we will have some more music. So right here, right now, as I open my mind, my heart, my body, my soul, and I say my, me, I, from and to the divinity within each and every one of us. And so I recognize that there is this one presence that is connected in all of life, in every being, everything, everywhere, all the time. It is this infinite power that turns spring into summer, night into day, high tide into low tide. And so right now, I trust this infinite intelligence that governs the entire universe in me. I trust it more deeply. I know only divine right action is happening. I only know that everything is happening for my highest and best. So I look for the miracles. I look for the gifts and the blessings. I let myself be grateful for how beautiful my life is unfolding. And I am open and receptive to more support if that's what I need. I'm open and receptive to give of myself if that's what is asked. I trust that the inner guidance is not just given, but everything to step into it is there as well. I let go of anything that's in the way, whether it's resistance or fear or anxiety or worry or not knowing, because I know that something in me that is greater than I am knows and provides. So with awe and gratitude, I turn this word over to the universal law, knowing it manifests it for the highest and best. For anyone and everyone that is listening and beyond. And so it is. Thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful day.
Imagine this is heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below surrounds us. Above us only endless sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine just one country. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder how soon that can be. No need for greed or hunger. Just a brotherhood, a sisterhood of humanity. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say that we are dreamers, but we're not the only ones. I know someday the world will find a way to come together and live as one. You may say we are dreamers, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will be as one.
I had to come back one more time because I forgot to make an announcement. Thank you, James and Richie. That was such a great version of Imagine. I love that. And thank you, John. So we have an amazing class starting with Reverend Janice Bolera this week. And it's called Transformation 2020, and it's a monthly class. However, the class that's meeting on the third Wednesday of the month is full. So due to the popular demand, Reverend Janice has added a class which will meet on the fourth Wednesday of each month and will begin on March 24th. And there's only 2 spots left. So sign up quickly. We also have 2 other new things. I'm starting a reading circle, and we're beginning with the book by Deepak Chopra called The Book of Secrets, and that starts on Tuesday, March 30th. So we're going to post all this everywhere, so keep an eye out. And then Reverend Jennifer Berkeley is teaching a class for us in April, starting April 15th, and it's 5 Thursdays, and it's called Spiritual Principles and Practices. So stay tuned with everything that's going on in our community, and you will see all the goodies, and you'll be able to sign up for any of it. Have a beautiful day. Get a nap this afternoon. Get that extra hour of sleep. Take care.